Welcome to the September 9th Board of Trustees meeting. Can we please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Camille, will you do the roll call, please?
Present.
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 Present, and today we have several appointments to the police department. So I'd like to ask for a motion, and we're going to do this probably a little different than we normally do, asking for a motion to authorize the appointment of David Ventura to the position of police officer, authorizing the appointment of Stephen McCann to the position of police sergeant, authorizing the appointment of James Kennedy to the position of police lieutenant, and authorizing our newest member of the police department, Eddie, to the position of police therapy dog. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry. Camille, would you please do a roll call for this?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor.
In favor, and I'm going to ask that you each come up in the order that we appointed you. So if David Ventura could come up with anyone whom will hold the Bible for you. Can you tell me who we have with you?
So this is my father, David R. Ventura, and my mother, Maria G. Wapaya.
So I'll just ask that you repeat after me, David. I, David Ventura,
David Ventura,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
I'm sorry. Dad, can you hold the Bible for me? And you can put your hand on it. The Constitution of the State of New York,
The Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of police officer in the village of Tuckahoe to the best of my ability.
that I will faithfully discharge my duties in the village of Tuckahoe to the best of my ability.
Welcome aboard, and congratulations, family. Saludo. You guys lost your photographer. Nobody's here taking pictures. What's going on?
No, you have to get a picture.
Can we
We gotta get
can we
picture,
get
yeah.
someone to get a picture with his family, please? Chief, where are you? Can I join you? May I have Stephen McCann up here with his family?
Camille, I can get a
I can get it over here.
Yeah, he can sign while the McCann gang finds its way up here. No, se desaparece.
Right here, Camille. He's got it.
We got it. Yeah.
Thank you for waiting for us, officer.
So repeat after me, Stephen. I, Stephen McCann, do solemnly swear
I, Stephen McCann, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of sergeant to the best of my ability.
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of sergeant to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Sergeant McCann. Congratulations. While they're signing, can we have James Kennedy up here with his family? You know, I really want to see baby Kennedy up here. Finally fell asleep. Here you go. You can stand there, left hand on the Bible. Repeat after me. I, James Kennedy, do solemnly swear
I, James Kennedy, do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of lieutenant to the best of my ability.
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of lieutenant to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Lieutenant. Congratulations. And pin him. Can we get our newest member of the police department, Eddie, up here? Thank you. Okay, Eddie, let's cooperate. We practiced this. I'm like sweating here. Sit, Eddie. Thank you. Eddie, do you promise to support the community of Tuckahoe, to support the police department and its residents, and faithfully discharge your duties as police therapy dog in Tuckahoe?
Can't see Eddie. You can't see him.
We're muting you. Thank you, Eddie. Congratulations, Chief. Congratulations, Eddie. And for those of you who are wondering who Eddie is, the chief will give you a little more information when he does his report. So we will move on to oh, wait, forget. So if anybody would like to come forward to congratulate or say a few words to any of the new officers or PBA, of course. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Tuckahoe PBA, I'd like to congratulate all the members on their promotions and appointments. I'd like to give a thank you to my predecessor, Sergeant McCann, for leading the Tuckahoe PBA as president over the past 4 years. Not only is it a special day for these members, but it's a special day for their families. So congratulations to the family of Lieutenant Kennedy, Sergeant McCann, and Officer Ventura. I would also like to thank the Tuckahoe Village Board, along with Chief Rhoda and Lieutenant Zerolnik, for continuing a tradition of hiring and promoting great police officers to provide the best service to the residents of Tuckahoe. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Chief?
Good evening, everybody. So first off, I'd like to welcome David Ventura to our family here at the Tuckahoe Police Department. David started out here in 2019 as a park enforcement officer. He did really well here. We grew attached to him. And then we sent him on his way to the NYPD, where he did 3.5 years career there. Experience in community policing, school units, and so on. David comes from the White Plains. He graduated White Plains and Dominican College. He's a community guy, and I think he's going to be a good fit here for the village. He understands what we're about, and I look forward to a long and healthy career for David. So congratulations, David.
Congrats. Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like, oh,
I'm just going to congratulate 2 more people here. Stephen McCann for the promotion of sergeant. Stephen's a lifelong resident. He graduated Tuckahoe High School. I own a college graduate. He has over 8 years experience with the Tuckahoe Police Department. He's a wellness officer, field training officer, emergency response unit, traffic unit. He's an explorer advisor with our youth, a community resource officer, and he's been our past PBA president. So congratulations, Stephen, on the promotion of sergeant. On to James Kennedy. James, again, is a lifelong Tuckahoe resident, graduated from Eastchester High School, and then went on to graduate from Pace University. He's a police officer for over 17 years and a sergeant for the last 7. He's EMT certified and volunteered also for Eastchester EMS. He's previously been part of the emergency response unit, and he's a current leader in the traffic enforcement unit. He also currently runs the department's social media, which we also will be ramping up. So congratulations to Lieutenant James Kennedy. And finally, on the swearing in of Eddie. So Eddie completed his field training. He's already an asset to our police department and our village residents and employees. Again, Eddie, as many of you may or may not know, Eddie was donated to the police department and the village from Puppies Behind Bars. So it's a program that raises puppies inside prisons, and incarcerated individuals are trained to fully raise these puppies to make them what they are and what you see here. Calm dogs, knowing the commands, and these dogs are made to be with the public, to be there for good times and bad, to be there through things like yesterday, the run, great times, and this morning we were at a funeral with him. So he's there to provide community support, to provide comfort to both victims, to both anyone who wants to come see him, and I get it. If you want to just say hello to him, that's fine. I'm already starting to get used to that. And I think overall he's just lightened up the atmosphere and the mood here in Village Hall. Not that it was bad, but he brings smiles to our faces and the residents' faces. So congratulations, Eddie, to a long career here to serve many, many people. Thank you. And I'd also like to thank the NYPD Sergeant O and Officer Thomas for coming up. They're part of the NYPD Health and Wellness Unit. They're one of the reasons, after we did a lot of research, they're the reason why. They're the pillar in this. This program where they started in 2019 to lower the suicide rate in officers with NYPD. They do tremendous work. They are a phone call away, and I am a phone call away from them. And the bond that we made and the fact that they will come here on a phone call away to assist us if we ever need, we've gained a great partnership. So thank you for coming. My
thank you.
monthly report will follow after normal business.
Yes. Thank you, Chief. Is there anyone else that would like to come forward and thank the police officers? So I'll leave that open to the board. If the board would like to say a few words. Trustee Lang.
Just want to let the village know that Officer Ventura had numerous opportunities to go other places, and he held out for Tuckahoe, and he really thinks highly of us. So we think highly of you. Thank you very much, Mr. Ventura.
I'll be quick. Just a big congratulations to everybody, whether you're a new officer here or you've gotten promoted. You deserve it. We're happy you're here, and congratulations. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
I also just want to say congratulations. This is one of the most rewarding parts of this role, is to be able to meet and work with our officers. I want everyone to know just how incredibly trained they all are. When we look at their resumes, they have done every training, every special school, every professional development opportunity that they can get. They go to, they they go full in, and we just want to say thank you to all of you for showing up for the village for us. So thanks.
Thank you. I echo the sentiments of everyone on the board, and I also want to add that, we made some difficult decisions. We had officers and lieutenants and sergeants who applied for positions, not lieutenants, who made it hard for us to make a decision about who would be in those roles. And all, qualified, all, as Deputy Mayor said, had tons and tons of training under their belts, and but we could only make one decision and choose one person. So I'm hopeful that there's a bright future in Tuckahoe because we have so many good officers in the department. I also want to add that the chief is looking very hard. I got a couple of phone calls about where are the women. So I want to acknowledge and recognize our retired members that are here with us today. Dee Pinto, stand up please, who are retired. Officer Ramirez is here. He's been like MIA. He owes me pernil and arroz con gandules, but that's another conversation for another day. And thank you to Detective Bautista, who came to be with us here as well. All awesome servants, so I appreciate you guys being here. If there's anyone else, just final opportunity to address the board and offer any thanks. Okay. So we will move on to appointing Don McCullen to a vacant ad hoc position to the planning board. This was a recommendation made by the deputy mayor, who is the liaison to that board. So may I have a motion to appoint Don McCullen to a vacant ad hoc position to the planning board?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And if any of you would like to go and celebrate with your loved ones who have just been sworn in, I was hoping you were here for the rest of the meeting, but I'm not delusional. Have a wonderful time. I'll stop by and say hello. Thank you all. I was like psyching them out, like they're not like, you're not gonna let us out?
That's just the McCann.
Yes. No, they said no. Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna do it for presentations, yeah. Okay, if those of you who are leaving, please exit quickly as you can so that we can continue with our meeting in the least disruptive way, and we're gonna move on to presentations. Chief, can you move everyone along, please? Thank you. So we did have an amazing Tuckahoe challenge this weekend. I know because I feel it today. Yeah. For those of you who ran it under like 5 minutes, kudos to you. It took me a little bit longer, like 15, 20 times longer. But I just want to, before I ask the director of the race to come forward, to just really thank you, Renee, for no matter, what we ask of you, you say yes. Renee, for those of you who know her, is Dr. Renee Howell. She served as deputy mayor, and she stepped down for several reasons, but didn't stop serving. Those are the kinds of people that you really want to have in our community. They don't care if they're on official positions. They don't care about position and title. They care about the best interests of the community, and I appreciate you so much. I love you for that. And I just want to ask you to come forward and give us some good news. Thank you, Renee.
Thank you. Yes, so we had probably the most incredible weather I think we've ever seen for a challenge run yesterday. We exceeded the number of registrants that we had last year. We had 594. This year we had 679. So a considerable bump up. We now have a USA track and field certified course. And we used a new timing company this year, so runners were getting their results as soon as they crossed the finish line. So it was pretty exciting. We also had a huge bump up in the number of families and kids that participated. So really still, retaining that community spirit. And overall, all things considered with in-kind donations, the race brought in $40,000. So it's a very generous community, and now I think
Amazing.
We are getting, routinely getting people from, the upstate New York area, from the city, from Connecticut coming in for the race, and now, hearing about it by mouth. So I do have a lot of thank yous. We couldn't have, raised that amount of money without the incredible sponsors and local businesses we have in the community. So I wanted to just go through our sponsors. At the platinum level, we had Chestnut Market, the Raffiani family, Assemblywoman Amy Paulin, and Elcan Industries. At the gold level, we had our state senator, Shelley Mayer. At the silver level, we had Marble Hall Apartments, Broken Bow Brewery, Elide, Karen Med Spa and Laser, Oceans First, County Legislator Judah Holstein, the Chapel School, Village Lutheran Church, Mr. Chip, Performance Plus Service Station. And at the bronze level, we had Angelina's, Tucked Away, Westchester Funeral Home, The Main Haven, Capone Electric, County Executive George Latimer, New Row Runners, Westchester Funeral Home, Automotive Upholstery and Convertible Tops, and that rounds out our sponsors. So an incredibly generous group. I'm sure you recognize a lot of the local businesses. We couldn't do an effort like this without our volunteers. So we had our Boy Scout Troop 7, Troop 19, the Lions Club, of course, the police and the DPW were incredible. And so just a special shout out to Lieutenant Kennedy, whose wife ran, and who was there, helping us with all of the traffic logistics yesterday, and happens to be my neighbor. So, just another great description of what our local police are to the community. We have a dedicated group of volunteers, so I'd like to really thank them for everything they've done. Elaine Gary, Ginger Crosby, Donald Crosby, Claire Gorman, Jeff Zuckerman, Sophia Chiappetta, Rita Mastro Bernardino, Jeremy Lorge, John Galuzzi, John Reichert, Rocco Fiore, Deb Conkling, and Claudia DeMeo, who I want to send a special shout out. She did a lot of the raffle items, and we had really great raffle items this year for the race. So special thanks to her. Special thanks to our former mayor, Greg Luisi, who served as a course marshal, and Carlo Ceramelli from the Lions Club. He actually had also, he was helping Greg on the course marshal front. So just want to say thanks to everyone again. And to the board, and the village, of course, who's our biggest sponsor, and to the board who, for the past couple of years has had 100% attendance, so we'll have to work on that a little bit in the next couple of years. So a special award that's given by the race director is one for community spirit. So I'm really happy this evening to be able to give that award to the Karen Med Spa and Laser on Main Street. The Med Spa has fielded large teams for the past several years. They've always been a sponsor, but this year they really outdid themselves because they brought another sponsor on who also fielded a huge team, the Chapel School, which is a private school in Bronxville. So Athena, whose name I love, Karen, is here to accept the award tonight. So would you come up here? Athena?
Nice.
So just want to thank you for everything, all of the community spirit that you've given us, and looking forward to seeing you run many years.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Athena. Right. Yep, lots of good Kodak's moments tonight. Okay, thank you. So we're still leaving the public hearing open to consider the proposed modifications to the village code as it relates to short-term rentals. Any updates on that, Gary? Any?
No, I think we're still
legal?
waiting for hear from the state on that, so.
I saw some movement on that in New York City, but
New
I'm
York
not
City,
sure.
Yeah, there was a few lawsuits
Right.
that Airbnb brought against the city. The
Right.
city was very, very restrictive, almost shut down Airbnb completely there, and those lawsuits were thrown out. So the city won both lawsuits.
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
going towards a very restrictive,
okay.
thing on Airbnb is
All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. May I have a motion for the approval of minutes of the July 15th meeting?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And we did not have an August meeting. We did have a public hearing in August regarding the CDBG grants, and David, you'll give a little update on some of the plans that we have for that. And that brings us to the first opportunity to address the board on any agenda items. If there are any agenda items that you would like to address the board on, please come forward, those of you who are in the room first. No one in the room? How about on Zoom? Okay. So let's move to resolutions, and so we have some partying to do. May I have a motion to authorize the use of Gifford Street for a Halloween party on October 31st from 4 to 10 p.m.?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So I will see you guys with your costumes at the Gifford Street party. May I have a motion to authorize the use of Lake Avenue parking lot by Growlers on September 28th for their annual Oktoberfest celebration? If you guys have never attended this, it's really a fun event. So I encourage everyone to attend the Oktoberfest at the parking lot in Growlers on September 28th. May I have a motion to authorize use of the lot?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And number 3, David, I'm going to ask you to talk a little bit about the Justice Court Assistance Program grant.
So what this is a non-matching grant through the court system. We've got some success. So the bench you're sitting at right now was refurbished through this, and some bulletproofing on there, it's things like that. But
That's scary.
it is, unfortunately. It's so this non-matching grant we're going to put in for some various safety upgrades to the court office itself, some magnetometers for court day, and then a portion for the seating in here that needs to be desperately
Yes.
needs to be upgraded.
Yes.
So again, this is a non-matching grant up to $30,000.
Great.
How does everybody like the seats out there, by the way? Thank you for that, David.
Okay. May I have a motion to authorize the village court to apply for this grant?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And may I have a motion to authorize the submission of a New York State education grant in the amount of $216,000 for HVAC upgrades at the library with a 50% match of $108,000. So to be clear, there's a $108,000 grant that we have to match. So that's the 108.54 times 2 equals the 200. So may I have a motion to authorize a submission for this grant?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? These are much-needed upgrades to the library to match our new state-of-the-art library that will be opening soon. May I have a motion to authorize setting a public hearing for October 7th to consider a proposed Marbledale Road building moratorium?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Camille, can I ask you to do a roll call for that one, please?
Trustee Lang.
In favor.
Trustee Vecchio.
In favor.
Deputy Mayor Cronin.
In favor.
Mayor Henry.
In favor. And one of the reasons why this came up was because the board is working on, as you all know, a comprehensive plan. We have a comprehensive plan committee. Meetings have begun. So we want to be mindful of any new businesses that are going to come in that area before we start making plans for the future of Tuckahoe. So we wanted to put a hold on any new development there so that we can make sure that the comprehensive plan takes all things into consideration before we make any moves there. So that's the point of the moratorium on any new building there. May I have a motion to authorize a modification to the non-unit benefit summary for the inclusion of 10 new parental leave days?
So moved.
All,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Actually, I'm sorry. Would you please do a roll call for that one also, Camille?
Trustee Lang.
In favor.
Trustee Vecchio.
In favor.
Deputy Mayor Cronin.
In favor.
Mayor Andino.
In favor. And for the residents to be aware, the reason this came up is because we do have benefits for union employees for parental leave, but we did not have that for non-union employees, and we felt it was important to make sure that non-union employees were also supported when they had new babies coming on the way. So that's the reason for this modification to our benefit summary for non-union employees. We care about our employees, and we want to make sure that, to the best of our ability, I know 10 days doesn't seem like a lot, but it's more than many do get in municipalities, and it's not unusual for that not to be included. And then we have to pay the bills, so may I have a motion for the voucher approval in the amount of $918,570 and some change.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And we have this one that's not on the agenda. Can David or Gary explain the execution of an agreement with Auctions International?
This is a current agreement that we have. Our current contract actually expired, so we
Okay.
just want to renew this
Yeah.
for the next few years. Basically, when we have surplus equipment, the board votes to surplus the
Right.
equipment, we are allowed to put it on this site to actually sell.
Got it.
We've been getting very favorable pricing, so it's been working out really well.
Got it. Okay, so may I have a motion to authorize the mayor to execute an agreement with Auctions International, Inc. for sale of government assets by online auction?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you, board. And this will take us to departmental reports. So, Chief, can you begin?
Thank you, Mayor.
Got it.
It's a wonderful ceremony, and thank you, Village Board. I also wanted to thank all the candidates who came out. We really do have an incredible police force, and every person that interviewed was an excellent candidate, and they give back to this department, and they make it work. So unfortunately, there's only one person for each position. However, I'm thoroughly impressed by our officers and what they've learned, what they've become, and what they offer to us. So keep doing what you're doing to the people who didn't get it, and there will be a bright future for you here. Okay, so regards to our monthly meeting, I'd like to welcome everyone back from summer vacation. Over the summer, we did have some intense storms. Frank can vouch to that, and overall, we did really well with storm response. We had minimal damage compared to other municipalities throughout the region in Westchester County. And that's in response to normal tree trimming, draining the sewers, cleaning out the sewers, and notifications for people to move their cars. Prior to several of those storms, we went out prior to it getting really bad, and we hit the siren on certain streets to make sure that people move their cars in the flood zone spots. So overall, we only lost one car, and that was because a motorist decided to drive into it rather than wait. So, and not to do that. With back to school in session, we'll be out watching school buses and issuing summonses to distracted drivers. It's very important that we pay attention to these school buses. It's one thing that there's zero discretion for. If we see that violation, that has to be issued because it's a very important violation to follow. If you see the flashing lights or the orange lights go on and they're about to put the flashing red lights on, you see them, you stop. If you have any question, just stop to be safe, because you don't want to pass a school bus. I also want to remind residents that the village speed limit is 25 miles an hour here. We did lower it several years ago, and we believe it's working. That when you see 25, it just say, I better slow down here. We are seeing it on our speed sensor readings. However, we do have increased speed in certain areas, so we will be out there enforcing it. And if you do have any areas where you live, we do have speed readers that are portable, and we will put them on your street. Just let us know. Okay, with fall sports in full gear now, we have our hot spots at Parkway Oval and Rose Avenue that need reinforcement reminders to the parking regulations. I get it, we have a new set of parents, a whole new routine. However, we have the parking regulations down in the area of those fields for a reason, and the reason being is we need access for emergency vehicles. We cannot have cars parked all over, obstructing views, obstructing pedestrians. So we will be out there enforcing vehicles that are disobeying traffic signs during Saturday and Sunday events on both Parkway Oval, at Parkway Oval, and Rose Avenue next to Iona. Okay, so some great news. We've gone into agreement with the company Mile Vision to acquire traffic sensors throughout the corridor of Main Street. So these sensors replace the old school loops that were in the blacktop that get ruined once we pave. So now with this new technology that we waited for, which includes AI in it, every time we pave or if there's work done in an intersection, the loops don't get ripped up anymore. It's a fixed camera sensor on the traffic lights, and we will have each sensor going from Scarsdale Road all the way through Winter Hill at Midland Avenue. That's each traffic light. So we are looking forward to that. We do have, we are on them. We want to get this installed as soon as possible. So it'll help alleviate a lot of the traffic, and especially at nighttime when you're sitting there idling, waiting, and nobody's coming, it will send you. That's how they work. They sense the cars and they sense the volume. So we are expecting big things from it, and again, this is a way to alleviate a lot of that rush hour congestion that we do see. There's no perfect solution to it because we have a large volume of cars that do travel through the village. It's a trucking route as well. So, but this will help the problem out greatly, and we're looking forward to it. I'd like to further note, August 30th, Detective Emily Yankowski retired after 20 dedicated years of service to this village. Emily will be missed, and I want to wish her all the best in her retirement. She's accomplished so much here. She's given so much back in her role as a detective within the police department. She strongly had a desire to work on our policies and procedures, and we really put it into the next level of technology with a company called Lexipol, and she was excellent at it. She did a lot of work on it, and she came to work every day with a smile on her face. So congratulations to her retirement. On a sad note, Emily just lost her father, Gus Jockum, who was a lifelong resident of this village. So my condolences to the family. Okay, and now for my crime tip of the month, September 2024. I might have mentioned this earlier on, but we're seeing a ramp up on this in Westchester County. And again, this is a reminder when using an ATM, whether it be at a bank or one at a deli or one anywhere you see one, you always cover your PIN with your other hand when putting your PIN number. Time and time again, we're seeing throughout the county skimmer devices, which are getting better and better, installed on ATM machines, and then they're able to get your PIN number and card number through high-tech cameras. So be mindful of that. But there's a second scam that is going around Westchester County, and this is they will watch you at an ATM remove money, and then while you're doing that, they have a whole crew. They'll let your air out of your tires, so you get a flat farther down the road. Then offer to change your tire and distract you and take the money you just took out of the ATM. This seems to be going on, and it's a well-established crew. We haven't had anything in the village, but again, this ties into my crime tip of the month with ATM safety, so just be mindful. If you're going to take out a large amount of money, I would suggest don't do it during after hours. In fact, don't do it at an ATM. Go inside the bank. Use the ATMs only in emergency purposes. So thank you all. I wish you a good September. Happy fall. We're going to see you at a lot of events coming up. We have the Broken Bow, the Growlers Oktoberfest coming up, and we have a pizza event in Depot Square this coming Sunday, so we'll be out and about as usual for the fall. Please stop by and say hello. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Superintendent of DPW, Frank.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the board. I was hoping everybody didn't leave because I was coming up to tell my speech tonight, but
Yeah.
here I am. Just a couple of things. I just want to talk about, I also want to welcome and congratulate the new officers and those that have gotten promoted. But I spent some time with Eddie Well, and I'm glad to have him on the force because there are times I think I might need his help. But I just want to talk about a couple of things. Paving. A lot of people have been asking me, are we paving? When are we paving? We're paving at the end of the month, maybe the first week of October. And the roads that we're going to be paving is Bella Vista. We already done that already. So what happened is Con Edison upgraded all their gas lines on Bella Vista. So we included a section from Monroe up in Bella Vista to complete that road. So that was already done. Highview is one of our paving projects, and that's between Lincoln and Benedict. Lincoln between Marbledale and Sylvan. McKinley between Fuller and Post Road. And Main Street parking lot.
Okay. Frank, can I ask that you have somebody post this on social media so that we can make sure that the residents have access just to have a look as to where?
Yes.
Thank you.
And also, we're going to, at that time, also try to get the Park Avenue gas upgrade done as well. Heavy storm conditions, Larry's correct. They're getting more extensive, and there's just no stopping. It used to be a 100-year storm, then a 200-year storm, now a 500-year storm. It seems like we're having 800-year storms now. Our infrastructure could barely handle what we have. So it's just pacifying a lot of the residents and tell them what we're doing and helping them the best we can with the infrastructure we presently have. So we've been dealing with a lot of that during the past couple of months because of all the storms we've had. And we've had such an extensive tree care program that, we rarely get a tree down. We'll get a couple limbs here and there, but our tree program is really showing how it's worth. And the last thing I got to talk about is DPW Day. I know everybody's been waiting for that. We're going to have that October 5th, and it's going to be at the Fisher Avenue Park, adjacent to DPW facility. And that, again, is going to be Saturday.
You mean the Main Street Park, right? Not the Fisher Avenue Park.
Did I say? I might be having it at the
You're thinking Fisher
Avenue.
Avenue.
It's going to be at the
You're
Main
thinking-
Street Park. I'm sorry. Adjacent to the DPW facility. And that, again, that's going to be Saturday, October 5th. And, we're going to have all our guys showcasing what they do on a daily basis at DPW. So it gives everybody the opportunity to speak to them. We're going to have vendors there. We're going to have tables set up with a lot of what we do. We're going to have videos showing, again, a lot of what DPW is doing. But we're also going to have a jumping castle like we always do. Face painting, the magician, the DJ is going to be there as well. And we're going to showcase all of our equipment as well. And I know not only the children like to jump into the vehicles and beep their horn, but a lot of adults do, but they won't admit it. But that's all I have. Anybody have questions for me?
No, anyone on the board?
No?
Time for DPW Day, he asked.
Between 10 and 2. 10 a.m., 2 p.m.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Frank. Swadish, Director of the Library, hopefully with some good news about opening day.
That's David's.
It's not me.
Huh? You will give that news. Good evening, Mayor, the board,
evening.
and the community. If you ask me good news, I will start with the good news. Tuckahoe Library just received the grant in the amount of $25,000 from the community fund. And we are very thankful for this grant. Because of them, we are able to offer different educational, wellness, and recreational program to our community. And few new things I just want to let the community, we just started every Thursday we are going to have a technology help one-on-one. We felt like a lot of people are looking for help with the iPad or their laptops. So if anybody needs help, please give us a call at the Tuckahoe Library. Our number is 914-961-2121, and the class is going to be on Thursday, 2 to 4, and you will get 30 minutes appointment one-on-one. And also we have Roku streaming sticks also, and this is available. You can borrow if you are a card holder in good standing with Tuckahoe, Bronxville, or Eastchester Library. So to borrow this, you have to have an access to a Wi-Fi network and TV with HDMI input and working electric outlet to power the Roku device. You can borrow this for 2 weeks, but there's no renewal. If it is late, then we will charge you fine. So we have 2 different kind of sticks. One has a Netflix and Disney Plus, and the other, some other Tubi, Vudu, YouTube, and other programs. And the second one is Apple TV, Peacock, and Tubi, again YouTube. So all these are available. You can go online, place a hold, or call the library, and you can borrow these. And we also have hotspots too. And the hotspots are for people who don't have internet access. It's free. It's a high-speed mobile hotspot to any residents of Tuckahoe, Bronxville, Eastchester. You have to be 18 years of age or older. And they can borrow the hotspot for 7 days and have internet access anywhere. T-Mobile provides data coverage. So the hotspot, you can connect your desktop, laptop, tablet, smartphone, etc. So you can please come to the library and borrow this if you need it when you're traveling or if you don't have internet. And our regular summer was very busy time for the library, so a lot of summer reading games for teen, children, adults. We just finished that. Now we have some of this interesting program going on for children. We have Let's Pretend with Miss Nora. She's there on Tuesday. Every Tuesday it's for ages 0 to 6 at 11 a.m. We have graphic novel book club, craft program and puppets and song, which is going to be on Thursday, September 19. A lot of programs. I don't want to take too much of your time, but we also offer bilingual story time with Miss Ines once a month. It's usually last Friday of the month. It's 11 a.m. for ages 2 to 5. And for adults, we have ESL classes back, so we are offering two different classes. One is for instruction and another is conversation. So it's going to be Wednesday. First one is at 10:30, and the second one is 10:30 to 11:45, and then 11:45 to 12. We also have new mystery book club, another regular book club. The books are available at the library. And because of we share the space with the Tuckahoe Community Center, which is, and we are very thankful for the support from John. And we are changing our yoga class, which is in person. Instead of Monday, we have now on Friday. So these 3 Fridays, September 13, 20, and 27 at 9 a.m. We have in meditation with Linda on Thursday, and also we have a new time and date for the Tai Chi also, which is going to be now on Friday. No, sorry, not on Friday. It's on Tuesday, September 10th and 24 at 9 a.m. And we have our ongoing program, knitting, mahjong, and other classes.
And can you tell everyone if they want to find the schedule for the library where they can do that?
Yes, so we have the Tuckahoe Library website. They can go to the library website and the calendar is there. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Swadish. Camille, do you have anything? Gary? David? Dave, you get an applause. I think that was for for Swadish, but
It was for Gary. Yeah, but
oh, sorry, she's got more. She wants more applause, so please, when
For me, for David and Frank. So David mentioned we applied for the New York State construction grant in the amount of 106,300 something.
Yeah.
I have to say, without their support, David and Frank, I will not able to do that work. You know, they were so quick. They gave me all the information, and we submitted the application within a week. So thank you, David. And Frank.
So
Take a
I'm going
bow.
to skip to the last item on my list, and it was a thank you to Swadish and Frank in regards to this grant. It really got pulled together in the last week.
So much love in the room.
It was, it's really a group effort between all of us, and it was a lot of work, and hopefully we'll get $100,000 for upgrade. So thank you, Swadish and Frank. Now I'll go to the top of my list. Congratulations to Officer Ventura, and looking forward to working with Sergeant Kennedy, Sergeant McCann, and Lieutenant Kennedy. I'll get there, right?
Yeah.
I've worked with them in a number of different roles in the past several years, and looking forward to their new roles. So congratulations to them. In the next coming weeks, everyone will see letters from Westchester Power in regards to the Community Choice Aggregation Program. Obviously, this is a program that the board opted into. It is an opt-out program. So if you're in it, you're going to be in it now. You will get this letter in the next couple of weeks. It'll be on our website so everyone knows what they're getting. Again, you can opt in or opt out after that date. So be on the lookout for that. I was thinking to myself about talking about our new therapy dog, Eddie, and and how I've already used him, to be quite honest with you. And something else I wanted to kind of talk about is that our new health insurance program actually came with an EAP. And this is actually something that I've been looking into for a few years now, and it's very expensive.
Sorry,
and it's
David. The Employee Assistance Program is EAP. Yes.
There's several out there. They're not very robust and they're very expensive, but they provide a lot of good benefits to employees. So our new health insurance program actually comes with a really good EAP program in regards to, counseling benefits and helps with parenting and relationships and emotional well-being and elder care and stress and anger issues, and there's all kinds of benefits for our employees on there. So this is actually slowly getting pushed out, and because there's so many benefits, we can't just kind of digest them all at the same time. So we're slowly pushing out what's out there and letting the employees know, but it's a really good benefit. I think that if people take use of it, it's great benefit of the new health insurance program. We talked about the CDBG program, the Community Development Block Grants. We applied for 4 different grant applications. We were allowed to apply for up to 4 at $200,000 apiece. So we applied for the Fisher Avenue Park, upgrades to the Fisher Avenue Park, upgrades to the sloping embankment area of the Fisher Avenue Park that we're having issues with, upgrades to various sewer lines and relining on Main Street in Columbus, and some other upgrades to Main Street in Columbus in regards to sidewalks, handicap accessibility, streetlights, and things like that. So those are 4 projects. We won't know for several months if we get them, and even if we do get them, the program is kind of dependent on Congress funding the program, and that's oftentimes it gets pushed out several months or years.
Yeah,
So
government, the wheels of government.
It's government, yeah. But again, thanks to Mr. DeMarco on that as well. He put a lot of effort into that over the last week. So last week was definitely grant week. So
That's great.
that's it.
Great, thank you, David. And that will take us, actually, I want to just piggyback off what David talked about with MEPCO and the Employee Assistance Program. We actually had a meeting with the representatives, David and I, and I'm the CEO for a not-for-profit, and we also have an EAP program, but that program sounds much more robust than any that I've ever either had as an employee or accepted as an employer. They have legal services, and as he said, a lot of wellness programs. If you are paying attention at all, there are a lot of mental health issues that are young people, and now there's something I just read yesterday that talked about parents really struggling with mental health, and managing all of the roles and responsibilities, as well as the challenges that their children are experiencing. So I'm really glad that we're able to find these programs for our employees because we want to make sure that they're getting the best help that they can get when they need it, whether it be legal or, family issues or whatever it is. So thank you to MEPCO for that. So that will take us to dates that you need to write down. Everybody take out your phones or your paper. Next board meeting is October 7th at 7 p.m. Right here in Village Hall. And we also have the Creepy Candy Crawl on October 26th, and I'm sure that Deputy Mayor will give you more information about that. And we'll just move on to trustee reports. And Trustee Lang, do you have anything? I mean, we did have, sort of like the summer off, but
Yes.
do you have anything, anyone?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So I hope everybody had a great summer, and congrats to all of to the new officers and to our new sergeant and lieutenant. So first I have beautification. Beautification received a grant, and a portion of that grant, beautification is donating. Pardon me, Mayor, I apologize.
And can we all just
Yep, she
mute our
tells us
phones
all
now?
the time to turn it off. I apologize, Mayor. So beautification received a grant, and a portion of that grant, beautification is donating to the village. Those funds will be matched by the village, and the installation of new curbing will begin at Depot Square. So we thank beautification for that donation. As far as the community center, with the library construction about to wrap up, things will be back to normal shortly. Currently, there is open gym on Wednesdays from 2 to 4. That's community center. On a sad note, our condolences go out to the Martin family. the Jochum family, and the Harrison Gunter family. We are so sorry for their losses. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Trustee Gaccione.
Thank you, Mayor. Hi, everybody. On October 2nd, we joined the Westchester County Veterans Service Agency and all veterans across Westchester at Rye Playland for Veterans Appreciation Day. The Commissioner of Veterans Affairs, Ron Tochi, was there. Deputy County Executive Ken Jenkins were there. It was a really nice day. I spent 2 weeks on vacation prior to that on the beach. No sunburn, 5 hours at Playland, sunburn. But it was a really, really nice event, so I'm grateful that they did that. This Thursday, September 12th, the American Legion Post 979 is hosting a blood drive with the American Red Cross in memory of the late Patrick Murphy II, who served as a first sergeant in the New York National Guard. If you are willing and able to donate blood, there are a couple of slots left open with specific times, so go to the American Red Cross website or the social media page for Eastchester Veterans, and the information will be there. The Greenberg Veterans Advisory Committee is hosting its annual barbecue on Thursday, September 19th. All veterans and their families are welcome. 4:30 to 7:30, rain or shine. RSVP is required, and that is on the Greenberg Town Hall website. On Wednesday, September 25th, we'll be joining the veteran service agencies throughout New York State for a employment and benefits fair, and it's being held at Westchester Community College Yonkers Extension Center at Cross County Mall from 10 to 2. Registration is not required. If you have not been to the Cross County campus for Westchester Community College, it's beautiful, so make a trek down there if you can. That same week, the city of Mount Vernon is hosting a fall festival and veterans tribute. There will be plenty of things for kids to do, so bring the families. It is 11 to 4 p.m. at 1 Wartburg Place in Mount Vernon, and that is on the Mount Vernon website. Couple of shameless plugs. Today, I got a couple of reports later on. I was golfing today, but it wasn't just for my own amusement. We were with the Eastchester Italian American Club, raising funds for their scholarships and their annual golf fundraiser. Great event, raised lots of money, so I was happy to be able to do that. Also, on 9/11, which is coming up, is the National Day of Service. If you are able to donate some of your time, Volunteer New York is just Google Volunteer New York or go to the website. Lots of opportunities to get involved. Lastly, September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and it's estimated that 22 veterans a day take their own lives. That's 8,000 prior service members a year. There are plenty of resources out there for those who are feeling suicidal ideations or those who, are feeling any type of way. If you know somebody or if that's yourself, reach out to me, reach out to anybody. We all have a responsibility in this, and that can start with a phone call, a visit, a cup of coffee, petting Eddie. It's a real serious issue, but there are plenty of resources out there, so make that call or visit that friend. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee, for bringing that to our attention. Deputy Mayor Cronin.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back, and happy fall. I'll start with the seniors. So the Tuckahoe seniors are back from their summer hiatus, and they meet Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 2, I believe, at Father Fata Hall at the church. We were sad to lose our director, Lisa Jones, who's gone on to other things, but Lisa's here and she's going to kill me. Hi, say hi, Lisa. Hello. And our new director, Michelle Olivia, also happens to be here. You can go ahead and wave. And so we're really excited to be working with Michelle, and welcome and thank you. And Lisa, thank you for all your hard work over the last 2 years. From the county, this county is bringing back Senior Law Day in person on Tuesday, October 1st from 9 to 2 at the Westchester County Center. This is a really good opportunity. If you have questions about legal issues for seniors like trusts and wills, but also what happens when your parents are no longer able to take care of themselves but unwilling to go into care, there are all kinds of resources available, and this is a really good way to get information and meet people who work in that space. So if it is free, free. There's free parking that day, and there's also free food and beverage. So you should go check it out if you yourself are a senior, or you have parents that are a senior, or you work with seniors. Also on Wednesday, September 25th, that's this month, Gramerton Village is host, and New York Presbyterian are co-sponsoring What to Do After a Fall at the Bronxville Library. And since that's local, I thought I'd mention it from 11 to 1. Okay. So we had some successful movie nights. We had to cancel one because of the weather, and we weren't able to reschedule. But I just want to say thank you to all the volunteers that we have for movie night. I cannot do this without all of you. So just a big thank you to Daryl Taylor, John Gunther, Carter Perryman, Adrian Michelle, Marilyn Graham, Taylor Graham, Josh, Trustee Gacchione, and Elcan Industries, who sponsored our ice cream truck this year and last year. And so a huge thank you to them, because that is a big hit. And it is so nice to be able to bring the community together and have just a little fun in the summer, especially when it's very hot. So thank you to everybody who helps out. We cannot do this without you. From the planning board is meeting on September 17th at 7 p.m. There are 3 items on the agenda. 170 Marbledale is a site, sorry. I can't read my own handwriting. I'll move on. Hold on one second. So 137 Columbus is a permit to continue operating on auto repair shop. It's a site approval, yeah. 170 Marbledale is a site plan approval. That's what it says. And 86 Main Street is a permit to open a new business. It is a nail salon. And so that is what's going on. So that's September 17th at 7 p.m. The zoning board is meeting this Wednesday, September 11th, and they have several things on their agenda. 34 Lake Avenue is a return for an area variance for an addition. 174 Marbledale is convert units to residential. 137 Columbus Avenue is, again, to continue operating an auto body shop. That's the same as on the planning board. And 20 Underhill Street is asking for permission to convert a basement into living space with a full bathroom. So the mayor already mentioned the Kirby Candy Crawl, which is October 26th. It will go from 4 to 6 p.m. So this is another one of these huge endeavors that takes a lot of help and planning. So if anybody is interested, I am more than happy to bring you into the fold. We need volunteers, but even more importantly, we need candy. So I estimate that last year I gave away about 60,000 pieces of candy, and that is a lot. It's a lot. And it doesn't come from nowhere. So if you find it in your heart and you would like to drop candy off here at Village Hall, or even bring it to my house, or, call me, text me, anything, and say, hey, listen, we have candy, I will come pick it up. And it doesn't have to be candy. A lot of people like to do things like erasers or stickers or buttons or anything that kids like, really. Crackers, apples. We had all kinds of things. The only thing is I ask that they be commercially packaged if you give me food, because we want to protect the safety of everybody, and I want to know what the ingredients are. But so if you would like to volunteer, please reach out. And if you have a business anywhere in the town of Eastchester, everyone is invited to set up a table along Main Street. You just have to let me know, and I will find a spot for you. So please reach out. Again, I wanted to reiterate thanks to Dr. Renee Howell for an incredible day yesterday. It is one of my favorite events. The Tuckahoe Challenge is really one of my favorite events. People are joyful. And it might be the runner's high, I don't know, but it is such a nice thing to see people doing something healthy and invigorating and fun for the whole family. So again, thank you to Dr. Howell for doing that. I want to acknowledge that Wednesday is September 11th, which is a very solemn moment in time for all of us. And we, of course, lost quite a few residents and neighbors here in the village and in the town as a whole. I believe that Eastchester Town Hall will be hosting a memorial at 8:30. So if you want to come by, it's a great way to acknowledge the people that we lost. On September 23rd, the Tuckahoe Trolley will be taking students from the Tuckahoe schools to Lake Isle for the Mobile 9/11 Museum, which will be at Lake Isle. And just a shout out to the Benedict family for helping to support this. So that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And I just want to say a huge thank you to our Deputy Mayor who really selflessly gives to this village. She puts together movie nights practically by herself. She does get a little help. And the creepy candy crawl. And I just want to mention that there was a family at the movie night, one of the movie nights, that said to me, you know, I really appreciate this event because I have 4 kids. I was laid off and I can't take my family to the movies because it's too expensive. And so to have these they're all free, and the businesses are just so kind and generous to give, so that the community can come together and fellowship, and to watch a movie and not have to pay $500. That's how it feels when you're going to the movies. So thank you so much, Deputy Mayor, for doing that, and then also for the creepy candy crawl. People are they love it. Adults love to get dressed up. We make excuses to get dressed up and we say it's for the kids, but it's really for you too. So I just encourage everyone to get out. It's fun. It's, there's family. You get to meet new people, and there's lots of candy. So the dentists are very happy shortly after for visits. So I just want to reiterate or piggyback off what the chief was talking about with the traffic lights. As we've mentioned before, we were approved to get $1 million for work on the downtown Depot Square. As David so eloquently stated, the wheels of government turn slowly. And so that money, we're not sure when we're going to get it, but we realize that the issue with the traffic light that you've been dealing with for decades is just more than a nuisance at this point. Yes, it's a first world problem, I say, but yet it's still a quality of life issue. And so we're always trying to find ways that we can expedite these projects. And so I want to thank Chief and the police department and David for working to find an alternate solution. Sometimes you just have to find a way to word grants and to look for ways to get the money in so that we can work on these issues that impact residents. So thank you so much, Chief, for that. You should see the changes within the next couple of months. I will tell you that when I'm leaving the Gentry to go down Main Street and make a right, and go down Fairview to make a right on Main Street, since we've changed the sensor there to go to the gym, it's like I feel like I want to dance when it just changes the moment I get there. So the sensors are working very well, and I look forward to seeing that the entire corridor is also impacted in a really positive way for you all, so that you can have a little less frustration. There's enough frustration in the world today. So that's the traffic lights. I also want to remind everyone that you have one final opportunity in the next couple of coming weeks to submit an application for the Marble Award. We did receive one application, a nomination. In November, we will present the winner of the Marble Award to the winner. We only have one right now, so that person will be receiving it unless the board receives others to consider. So I would ask you if you can think of someone in the community who has really contributed to the life of the residents, who has been consistent and has been really went hard to support and to make your quality of life better here, that you can think of. Please submit. You can go to the website, look for the Marble Award tab, and you can nominate someone. And the board will consider all nominations at the next work session, and then we will present that person with the award in November. So can you do that for me, please? Also, I want to reiterate the condolences that were already announced here for the families. It seems like every month I'm hearing about more and more losses, and so my heart goes out to the families who've lost loved ones in the last over the summer. On September 14th, we will be having, which is Saturday, a pizza cook-off, Westchester County first pizza cook-off in Depot Square. I am taking the judges class. Everything sounds great at the moment until you realize now you have to do some work. I thought I was just going to be able to eat pizza, but I have to actually go and learn how to judge pizza making. So I'm going to be taking the class on Friday, and if you would join me and others on Saturday, there will be not just judging pizza making, but there will also be food demonstrations and classes that you could take, and lots of pizza and other things to eat, music and other things. What else is going to be offered, David? Just, I don't remember all of the things. All of the things. So, so come out. Say again? Pizza box recycling demonstration. I thought we could not recycle pizza boxes because that's what I mean. So you can't recycle pizza boxes. Like, let's just tell the truth. There's always going to be oil on pizza boxes. What are we talking about? If there's no oil on the pizza box, it's not good pizza. You have to, I like to add extra oil. Anyway, I carry on. So just join us on Saturday for the pizza cook-off. It should be fun. And just fast all week so that you can eat pizza on Saturday. Also, we mentioned and David alluded to it, Frank is talking about it, the flooding has just become really, really a bit of a challenge, not just in Tuckahoe and Westchester County, in the world. And so we did have a meeting with County Legislator Judah Holstein, who put together a meeting with Frank was there, and the chief, and David, and I. We've done a few projects in the village to help with some of the mitigation that has been helpful, but these projects are extremely expensive. Most of them are probably cost prohibitive for us in the village, and so we were talking to the county about what access do we have, what kinds of projects might we be able to do to at least have some kind of mitigation. And so we're trying to find all avenues to deal with this problem, but in fact, it's really a more holistic problem. It's got to be something that we're working on with our neighboring communities. Water comes, from up county down, and so the county is also working on a more comprehensive plan to address this problem in a more holistic way. So just to give you an update that we're still talking about these things. We have a few projects that we've done that have been helpful in some areas, and so we're doing our best to deal with this real, world issue. So that's all that I have. I would like to ask if there's a second opportunity to address the board. If there's anyone that would like to address the board on any agenda or non-agenda items, please raise your hand and I will have you come forward. Yes.
Samantha Christian, 72 Main Street. And I just wanted to say thank you to the board for applying for all these grants and stuff. It just really takes, the burden off the village, and it's just used for great improvements to the quality of life. And, not everybody everywhere applies for grants, even though they should. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. Actually, before anyone else, oh no, I'm sorry, sit down. I was just gonna ask if Michelle, I'm sorry to really put you on the spot, but that's how politicians are. We're just like shameless. Can you come forward just so that people know who Michelle is? And Lisa, please join her. Don't leave. No, don't leave. Don't leave. Please join her. We've had some really excellent directors working with the seniors. Lisa, who is to your left on the TV, to your right if you're sitting in the audience, and Michelle on the right have just really just given so much and so much of themselves to the seniors. Michelle's daughter's here, and I met her at the opening breakfast that they had last Tuesday. You could join her too. Come on up. And this is kind of how this goes. And so I just want to say thank you. You guys just go above and beyond. The seniors are so happy. Their quality of life is so good compared to seniors that I know that don't participate in a senior program or stay home. So maybe, Michelle, you could just introduce yourself and let people know when the seniors meet, where they meet, and encourage people if they're interested in joining what that expense is.
Hello, everyone. We meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 2:30, and it's at Father Frater Hall, Assumption Church, and that's at 125 Wallace Street here in Tuckahoe. You're more than welcome to pop in anytime if you want to give it a try for the day. If you do decide to join, it is $50 for the year, and we have an honorary rate of $25 for members over 90. And you can just come and sit and socialize, have some coffee, chit-chat. which is really critical to the senior population to stay in touch with each other and to have the support services, which we are so thankful to Tuckahoe because we do receive so much support. The visit alone from Eddie this past week was incredible. They're still chatting about it and so excited. So it just means a lot to have everyone stopping by and saying, we're here for you. And then we also offer 2 exercise classes per day on Tuesdays and Thursdays while they're there. And then we have different events, whether they be a bingo game, card games. Tomorrow we have an author visit at 1 p.m. that's being sponsored. So lots of ongoing events. We'll have our annual bingo fundraiser on October 19th, in addition to trips, holiday luncheons. So we just make it a very enriched program to support our senior community, which is so important to give back to them for all they've given to us.
Thank you, Michelle. And I just want to say, Lisa, when Lisa was leaving, I was like the seniors, a little ticked off at her, like, why is she leaving? Because, you're never sure what you're going to get. And I'm, so grateful to you, Lisa. You just came in and you whipped it all into shape. And then you handed it over to Michelle, who just fit right in right away. And it was just really nice meeting your daughter. It's nice to see when you have, people who are serving, bringing their loved ones in, younger people, so that they can also give and, continue that legacy. So thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And I want to just say thank you to the board and to the village. I still represent the senior citizens. I'm on the Senior Citizen Council, and I'm active in the community. I'm here today to just say hello to everyone. I will be a guest bingo caller at the bingo event.
We like it.
All my seniors out there watching, hello, and I'll see you soon.
And for those of you who know, to call bingo for the seniors, you better come correct, because I did not, and I was informed that I did not come correct. So I never volunteered to do that again. I'd just like to say hello. Thank you both. Thank you, all 3 of you. Thanks so much. It's just amazing when you have a community of so many people who give back and serve and volunteer their time, their talent, and their money. So if you would like to sponsor a senior, you're welcome to, it's $50, and there may be some seniors who can't afford even that, that you can say, hey, I'd like to sponsor. You can contact Deputy Mayor Cronin, and she can direct you. $50 we spend on a cup of coffee nowadays. So if you can, give back to the seniors, even to donate to their programs, they really do appreciate it, and it does help with quality of life. So thank you. Are there any other, this is an opportunity to address the board. Is there anyone else that would like to? Anyone on Zoom? No? Okay.
Trustees and Mayor, I'm an architect in town, and I was just curious about the moratorium on Marbledale. I have a few projects in the works, and just wanted to get a little bit more information in regards to exactly what's going on in terms of the timeline of the moratorium, and also the reasons. I believe the reason may be that the Marbledale design guidelines may be adopted into the zoning law. But just for clarification purposes, that's why I'm asking.
Okay, so Gary will give a summary.
Hey, Lou, it's Gary Gertzen. How are you? So the board's going to be looking into the Marbledale corridor. They're thinking of a 6-month moratorium. And basically that would be in line with the recommendations of the Master Plan Committee of when we expect those to see what's going on down there. I think one of the buildings that's been built down there and it's been vacant for about a year. So we're going to just try to rethink the zoning down there to hopefully bring in more business, more people. So that's kind of what they're looking at, Lou.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and Lou,
yes.
yeah, so the moratorium would only be on new construction of a building, not improvements of a building, not expanding a building. It's for new buildings over 10,000 square feet, basically on vacant lots.
understood. So buildings over 10,000 square feet, not lots over 10,000 square feet.
Correct.
Okay, understood. That clarifies it for me.
Thank you. Is there anyone else on Zoom? Okay. So I would like for us to close out tonight with a few moments of silence for the September 11th victims that were impacted, not just here in Tuckahoe and Eastchester and Bronxville, but in all of New York. So if we can have a moment of silence, and then following that, we will close out the meeting. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night, and we will see you in October. The meeting is adjourned.